Folks, welcome back. Mason here, Cardinal Gaming. Appreciate you guys clicking on the video, supporting the channel, supporting the store. Let's all talk about a card that was brought to my attention in a live stream I was doing with Peeked at You on Instagram. It was an Instagram live. It's kind of funny because I was there holding my phone and it was awkward because I didn't have a phone holder, so I was just, anyways. Go check it out. It's a funny video. But one of the questions that somebody asked in that kind of sparked a revelation of something about a particular card. I guess I put it in the title, so you already know what it is. But for dramatic effect, stay with me. A particular card in a very popular set that is $300 raw, that you can buy right now on TCG Player. You can go buy it, and if you send it off to PSA, you get it back. It gets a 10. You more than double your money. The Umbreon Vmax Alt-Art from Evolving Skies, the one with the moon in the background. He's on like the castle spire, and he's that little one. It's pretty good. It's pretty close. It's pretty close to what it was, you know. That one, that card, yeah. Again, 315, 310-ish on TCG Play right now. Sold comps, there's like 131 sold on eBay right now. PSA 10s. 800, 750, 740, 850, 900. Just depends, you know, whatever the listings are. And I'm looking at right now, there's 2 English ones listed. There's a couple other, I think, Korean and Japanese ones that are listed as well. But here's the situation. Very popular card. Very well-known card. Again, from a modern set. Been pulled a lot. Evolving Skies. A very opened set. A lot of people have opened those cards because that set has not only that card at $300, but it has other cards at $150. Has pretty much all the EV Alt-Arts are around above $50, I think. At least the Vmax ones. I don't know about the other ones. I haven't really looked. But major value in this set. The Rayquaza Vmax and all that stuff also super stonky, super expensive. I remember a time when that Alt-Art and Umbreon and the Rayquaza were going neck and neck for being the same price. Remember that? Umbreon was declared the winner. In fact, it was declared the winner by TCG Player. I think they called it like their card of the year for Pokemon. Not a Charizard, not a Rayquaza. Umbreon, the Umbreon Alt-Art from Evolving Skies. So you have this card that has basically very young, very new, less than 6 months old at this. I mean, well, we're going on like 8 to 10 months old at this point, but very modern card. Only a couple sets old. It's called Card of the Year. Everybody loves it. Umbreon is like top 10 most popular Pokemon, period. Is the most popular evolution. You give it a beautiful card like that, a very unique art, an alternate art. It's got everything going for it, and then some. Everything you could hope for an investable card to have. Yeah. Problem is, there's a ton of them in the pop report for PSA. I think between the 10 and the 9, I think that's like a vast majority of the cards. And I think, I'm not going to speculate, but there's more 10s than a vast majority of things. Because again, it's a modern card, of course. It's a coveted card. People are going to take care of it. People know the value of these things because it's an elevated cost set. So the people that are opening can afford that, and that they're paying that kind of money. So yeah, it's one of those things that is seeing a lot of movement because it's a popular Pokemon of a popular card in the most popular set at the most popular rarity. Yes, it's a good card with good fundamentals, and it's very coveted. But yes, it has a very high amount of cards being sent in, like most modern expensive cards are. They get shipped off to PSA because I gotta preserve the value. And then they get it back, and then they love the card so much that they immediately put it on eBay. Not always. Not, and I don't think for this card in particular. I think this card has a very particular story. But obviously, with any sort of arbitrage opportunity where you can make money by doing the classic play that we didn't know was a play up until 2 years ago, until all the PokeTubers came out and said that that's what they're used to do to make money, and they're like, oh well, shit. Well, now we can do that. Okay, thank you for telling me how you made all this money in this game by grading your raw cards that you found for very cheap value, and then that they were expensive in PSA 9s and 10s, and then you graded them, and then you made money. Thank you for letting us all know. Now we know. Secret's out. I don't know if it's a secret, but it's, as a store owner that's been doing this for damn near 10 years, I didn't ever think to do that. Oh well. Anyways, point is, a lot of people are grading this card. It's grading cards is rose in popularity exponentially to where it was in this boom. Nobody cared about graded stuff. I'm not gonna say no one cared about it. A lot of people didn't really. There's a mysticism behind things that were graded and sent to PSA and back at a BC and all those. Just because a lot of people just didn't know it was a thing. You got to pay to do it. It's cost prohibitive, and it's a whole market system. It's just for the common Pokemon fan, more casual side or on a casual side of collecting. It's not something that is really talked about or heralded or really even up until 2 years ago desirable. So with the boom, we've seen a lot of people that are like, well, shoot, I can send things to PSA. Why not? I can do it. So they do. They pay the fee. Off it goes. Bada boom. And they're finally getting these cards back. I think there's hundreds of these cards graded at this point. But there's very few listed on eBay. And when they do, these are regular sales on eBay. I'm talking 10 plus the past 10 days. In the month of May, there's been more or less 10 of these sold for that high of value. So obviously there's very good market demand for this card. Why? What? And in the discussion that I had, and I've had discussions with Dan and Nick, Old School Pokemon and Catch 'em All Collectibles, on their podcast Pokeflips. I talked to them about this and why they thought it was a thing, and there's theories, and nobody knows. I mean, obviously, nobody knows exactly why things happen the way they do, just because the market does what it does. But we have theories, and my thoughts are that you have the card of the year, the highest card, the most popular card probably in this entire boom phase, outside of maybe a Charizard VMAX shiny or something like that also saw a bajillion things graded of that card. We've been seeing a trend with everything that is the chase card of the set gets shipped off to PSA, and then it's because it's expensive, it's coveted, obviously. So, and the prices to something that's graded correlates with the prices of something that is raw. So those things move in tandem, and if a raw card goes up in price, typically sometimes the graded stuff will go with it. Not always the case. Sometimes it's there's other things that factor, but when you have a card that has seen movement at this type graded, and for the amount that's out there, this is either people that are uneducated, just don't care about the pop reports. They don't care about the pop reports. The last couple sold at this price. It's got to be at that price. It's got to be how much it's worth. I'm going to pay it. If I put this card in my case for $800, would it sell? It may take a while. Would take that one special person that maybe locally would want that card. But you take the most heralded card of the entire last year of the best set, and yes, it's going to go for a good value, and people are going to want that card because it is what it is. It's the best card. Best card. I mean, subjective, but. So does this make sense to me? In my brain, it does not. But in my heart, yeah, I can see where somebody that would want that card, and that is like chef's kiss, best card of ever. To an Umbreon fan that loves this card, yeah, I can see them paying $800 for this card because And clearly they are, because these aren't just all being flipped between people and amongst each other. This card is seeing movement and seeing buys and seeing sells. And so people obviously think that card is worth that price. So what's it going to take to move that card? Obviously, Evolving Skies reprint could knock it down a little bit. Obviously, definitely knock it down a bit, but I think this card is still going to be a good card that people are going to want to invest in and collect and have in their collection. And again, even somebody that's a casual collector, maybe you're an Umbreon fan. There's a lot of Umbreon fans, like I said. They're going to want this card in their collection. For a PSA 10, that's the best version of that card they can have in their collection. If they want the best and they have the money to do it, they're going to buy it. And that's really all there is to it. The demand is there, so that's why that card is that expensive. And until we get a reprint or something else that's going to bump that card down, that's the way it's going to be. Now, does that mean every chase card for every set that comes out is going to see this kind of potential? No, absolutely not. Again, this Umbreon Vmax Alt Art checks so many boxes and more of things that people want and would see this type of movement. And it's probably not going to last forever, let's be real. They're going to make some other Umbreon. They're going to make some other cool card of EVs or something like that. It's going to come back around, and that card is going to be not knocked down a peg, but it's going to be, the market is going to be so saturated, and I mean the market demand for that card is going to be spread amongst other things at that point. So then it's going to be just less coveted. People are going to battle for the prices as less and less of them sell faster and faster, or they sell slower and slower, and it goes down and to where it goes down to a reasonable price, and wherever that might be, I don't know. But I don't think $900 is a reasonable price for that card, even for a 10, for a modern card that was printed in millions of booster boxes. So it's interesting. It's an interesting thing to watch. I didn't have any knowledge of it when it was brought up, so I thought it was interesting. And when I brought it up on the podcast I was on, Dan was like taken aback because he didn't know it was a thing. So yeah, I mean, it was such an obvious play, no one was looking at it as a play. So we'll see in the next couple months as people learn, and the big players in this game that maybe have some stuff, or maybe waiting on some stuff back, they're going to toss it on the market because this is obviously a good opportunity to make some good money. So it's interesting. There's things out there. There's things out there in modern that if you're paying attention, and even if you're not paying attention, maybe you just got lucky that there's money to be made. So thanks, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, as always. I'll see you guys in the next one.